How can we get out of here? I don't know.
Black sand beach. Lights dancing in the shade of palm trees. And a Christmas vacation a family will never forget, December 2019. Two young women escape Chicago's freezing cold and set foot on the island of Bali, known as paradise. But this paradise will turn into hell for them. This story tells of how trust can become a weapon, how monsters wearing the mask of humanity hunt, and how a family turns the world upside down to find their daughter. What I am about to tell you reveals one of today's darkest realities. Getting lost in the age of social media. Take it step by step. Breathe, because this journey will test the limits of what humans are capable of doing to each other. Two sisters, who grew up on Chicago's South Side, 28-year-old Zephyr Thompson and 25-year-old Amaryllis Thompson. Zephyr is a young, ambitious graphic designer who graduated from Northwestern University. She's a free-spirited artist who dyes her hair different colors every season. She weaves her life through Instagram stories. She shares every moment. She archives every experience. Amaryllis is the complete opposite of her sister. Quiet, introverted, but so deep. A psychology student. She loves reading people, dancing with words. Her world is books, the smell of coffee, silent observations, two different characters, but just as connected to each other. Their mother, Rochelle Thompson, works as a package sorter at UPS, a strong woman who raised these girls by working 3 jobs, sacrificing her nights for their days to ensure they never lacked anything. Their father abandoned the home when Amaryllis was still a baby. Rochelle became both mother and father, and this mother decided to make a gesture for her daughters in November 2019. With the money she had saved over the years, she gave them a Christmas gift, a vacation to Bali. "You deserve this, my girls," Rochelle says. "Life has always put you in the center of hardship. Now it's time to see beauty." Zephyr screams with joy. Amaryllis closes her eyes and whispers, "Mom. Is this real?" It's real. But the nightmare they are about to experience will also be real. It's the last week of November. The Thompson sisters spend their nights researching Bali. Zephyr scours Instagram hashtags for Bali, the rice fields in Ubud, the beach clubs in Seminyak, the sunsets at Tanalot Temple. Everything looks so perfect. Amaryllis is more practical. She's looking at affordable accommodation options on Airbnb, reading the safety reviews, researching which areas are more suitable for tourists. "Seminyak is a bit expensive," says Amaryllis, "but the Kenju area looks both safe and affordable." Kengu. This name will be at the center of our story. They book their tickets, Chicago O'Hare to Los Angeles with a layover, then on to Anduro Rai International Airport. A total journey of 24 hours. They find a villa to stay in. Villa Sejahtera, meaning peaceful villa in Indonesian. 2 bedrooms, a pool, within walking distance to the beach. It costs $45 per day. Perfect. The owner's name is Wayan Sudarma. He is 52 years old, born in Bali, and is a local business owner who rents villas to tourists. The reviews are positive. People mention his hospitality, but one review catches Amaryllis's attention that an Australian woman wrote 6 months ago. Wayan is very helpful, but some of his friends who came to the villa were annoying. There was noise late at night. Still, the stay was good. Amaryllis shows this to her sister. Zephyr shrugs. "Things like that happen everywhere, sis. Don't overthink it." 95% of the reviews say it's great. Amaryllis silences that voice inside her. She ignores her psychology student intuition. And this will be their first mistake. Thursday morning, December 19th, 2019. Rochelle drops her daughters off at the airport. She has tears in her eyes. This is the first time she's sent her daughters so far away. "Text me every day," she says. Every morning when you wake up, every night before you go to bed. Okay, Zephyr teases her mother. Mom, it's not like we're going to war. It's just vacation. But Rochelle insists. Promise me. They both promised at the plane takes off. Over Chicago. Through the clouds. Into the unknown. 20-4 hours later, on the morning of December 21st, they land at Rai Airport. Tropical humidity envelops their faces. The scent of frangipani flowers. The distant sound of gamelan music. Bali welcomes them. It takes about 40 minutes by taxi from the airport to Canggu. The driver is a talkative man. His English is broken but sincere. First time in Bali? He asks. Yes, Zephyr says excitedly. We're so excited. Bali is very beautiful. But be careful. There are many tourists. Sometimes there are bad people too. Amaryllis freezes. What do you mean, bad people? The driver laughs. There are bad people everywhere, right? But you look smart. No problem. Villa Sigitera is in the northern part of Canggu, on a street a little off the main road. It's a 2-story white building surrounded by greenery. The pool is in the garden, among palm trees. Wayan greets them at the door. He is short, smiling, slightly overweight. He has a flower necklace in his hand, a traditional Balinese welcome gift. Welcome, welcome, he says, Selamat datang. Thompson sisters, yes? He lets them in. The villa is clean and airy. The air conditioners are on. There's a welcome note and bottles of cold water in the fridge. If you need anything, tell me, Wayan says. My phone is always on. If there's a problem, I'll help. Zephyr posts an Instagram story. Paradise found. Hashtag Bali life, hashtag sisters trip. The first night passes quietly. They go to bed early due to jet lag. They text Rochelle. We made it. The villa is amazing. We love you. But in the morning, they'll forget to text. Because that morning, a visitor will arrive at the villa, December 22nd. Sunday morning, Amaryllis wakes up to the smell of coffee. When she goes down to the kitchen, she hears Zephyr talking to a stranger. A man's voice. A Mexican accent. When she walks into the living room, she sees a man in his mid-30s, athletic, handsome. Dark skin, buzz cut, tattoos on his arms. His smile is broad, but his eyes are cold. Hey sis, says Zephyr. This is Mateo, Wayan's friend. He brought us coffee. The man extends his hand. Mateo Ochoa, from Tijuana. I've been living in Bali for 3 years. Wayan said there was a new guest, so I brought coffee. Amaryllis shakes hands. The man's hand is warm, but his grip is very strong. Uncomfortably so. Thank you, says Amaryllis. But, where's Wayan? He went to check another villa. He told me to wake you up and bring you coffee. Mateo shows her the coffee cups. Bali coffee. The best. Zephyr takes a sip and says, amazing. But Amaryllis doesn't touch her cup. Mateo sits down, even though he wasn't invited. He crosses his legs, as if he were in his own home. What are your plans for today? He asks. Zephyr excitedly explains. They will see the Tanah Lot temple. They will take pictures at sunset. Then they'll go to a beach club in Seminyak. Tanah Lot is very touristy, says Mateo. I can show you a better place. A place where locals go. A secret beach. If you want, I'll take you. Really? Zephyr's eyes light up. Amaryllis interjects. We already made our plans. Maybe another day. Mateo looks at her. Long and hard. Then he smiles. Sure. Whenever you want, I'm available. He leaves his phone number. WhatsApp. Text me anytime. Before leaving, he adds, Bali can be dangerous sometimes. Especially at night. Be careful. I'm always ready to help. The door closes. Amaryllis turns to her sister. Who was that guy? Why was he here? Just a neighbor or something, says Zephyr. He wanted to help. Why are you being so paranoid? I'm not being paranoid. It just seemed strange. Him coming in without Wayan's permission, ... He said he was Wayan's friend. You're blowing everything out of proportion, though. But a voice inside Amaryllis screams. Something is wrong. They don't mention it in the message they send to Rochelle that night. Everything is great, Mom. We're visiting temples tomorrow. They write ... if only they knew. If only they had listened to that voice then. But they didn't listen. The next 3 days pass like a dream. Temples, beaches, rice fields. Monkey forest. Everything is Instagram-worthy. Zephyr's account is flooded with likes. December 25th. Christmas Day. Wayan leaves them a small gift. 2 scarves made from handmade Balinese batik fabric. And Mateo shows up again. This time he brings flowers. Christmas gift, he says. Christmas is important in America, I know. Zephyr swoons. You're so sweet, Mateo. That evening, Mateo invites them to dinner. Local restaurant. Great food. My gift. Amaryllis wants to refuse, but Zephyr insists. It's Christmas Day, and the guy is just being nice. Trust people a little. They go. The restaurant is in the back streets of Canggu, away from the tourist area. It's dim inside. The customers are mostly local. The waiters speak Indonesian. Mateo is very nice. He orders the food, translates, tells stories about his difficult childhood in Tijuana, his family's fight against the drug cartels, his escape to Bali, his search for a new life. I did bad things in the past, he says, his eyes seemingly moist. But now it's different. Now I just want peace. Zephyr is moved. Everyone deserves a second chance, he says. During the meal, someone else joins the table. Dominic Shaw, 42 years old, African American. Born in Baltimore. Short hair, sharp mustache, very talkative. Wearing an expensive-looking shirt, a gold ring on his finger. Mateo's business partner, he introduces himself. We do tour guiding. We organize private tours, Amaryllis asks. What kind of tours? Dominic laughs. All kinds. Temples, beaches, mountain hikes. But the best are the night tours. You have to wander around at night to see the real face of Bali. Night tours? Amaryllis frowns. Exactly. Night markets. Underground music scenes. Local parties. Places tourists would never find. Zephyr gets excited. That sounds amazing. Dominic continues. Actually, we're organizing something tomorrow night. In North Bali, a private beach party. Invitation only. A very select group. You're welcome to join us if you'd like. Amaryllis reacts immediately. I don't know... But Zephyr is enthusiastic. Why not? When will we ever have another chance like this? Mateo adds, it's very safe. Dominic and I will be with you all night. No problem. Return to the villa in the morning. Amaryllis is uncertain. We need to think about it... That night, when they return to the villa, they argue. We don't even know these guys. Says Amaryllis. We do know them. They're Wayan's friends. We've been seeing them for a few days. You're afraid of everything, Amaryllis. I'm not afraid, I'm just being careful. Being careful is one thing, running away from life is another. Zephyr wins the argument. He always does. On the night of December 26th. They'll go to the party. And that night, everything will change. Thursday evening. December 26th, 2019. At 8 p.m., Mateo and Dominic arrive at the villa. They have a black Mitsubishi Pajero with them. The windows are tinted. Zephyr is wearing a pink dress and makeup. She posted a story on Instagram, Night Out in Bali. Amaryllis is wearing jeans and a simple blouse. In her bag, she has a power bank, extra cash, a photocopy of her ID just in case. Her mother taught her to be prepared. Dominic is in the driver's seat. Mateo is beside him. The sisters are sitting in the back. Where exactly are we going? Ask Amaryllis. The aimed area, says Dominic. North Bali, a private area by the sea. Only people in the know go there. How long will it take? About 2 hours. But the road is beautiful. The sea view is amazing. The car leaves Kangu. They follow the main road, then turn inland. The road gets narrower. The lights fade. Amaryllis looks at her phone. The signal is weak. A few bars. They haven't texted their mothers today. She quickly types, "Mom, we're on a night tour of northern Bali. I'll write more tomorrow. Love you." The message appears to have been sent, but it hasn't actually reached the server. The signal cuts out at that moment. An hour later, they are on a completely dark road, surrounded by forest, occasionally passing small villages. No streetlights, only the car's headlights. It's very deserted around here, says Zephyr. For the first time, there is anxiety in his voice. Calm down, says Mateo. We'll be there soon. But they don't arrive. Another hour passes. Amaryllis looks at her watch. 10:45 p.m. Dominic, how many kilometers left? Close. Just a little more patience. Finally, the car slows down. They turn onto a dirt road. Bamboo trees on both sides. No sound. Only the chirping of insects. A building comes into view. Old, dilapidated, a single-story concrete structure. There are 3 more cars around it. But no music. No lights. No party atmosphere at all. Amaryllis's heart starts pounding. Is this it? Yes, says Mateo. Everyone's inside. They get out of the car. The air is humid hot. The sound of mosquitoes. They approach the door. Dominic opens it. Inside is dim. A light bulb is on. There are 5 or 6 other people in the room. All men, from various countries. One is smoking a cigarette. Another is looking at his phone. There is no party. No music. Only silence. And they all turn to the door and look at the sisters. Amaryllis freezes. Mateo, what is this place? This is the party, says Mateo, but his smile has changed. It's no longer warm. It's cold, sharp. Zephyr notices now too. Where's the party? Where's the music? Dominic closes the door behind them. The sound of the lock. Girls, says Dominic slowly. Now listen very carefully. Nothing will happen to you if you stay quiet. Amaryllis's breath catches. What do you mean? One of the men in the room stands up. White, middle-aged, American accent. Where are your phones? Zephyr hugs her bag. No. The man approaches quickly. He grabs the bag and pulls. Zephyr resists, but the man is very strong. In one move, he takes the bag. Amaryllis is about to scream. But Mateo grabs her from behind. He covers her mouth. Be quiet, he whispers in her ear. If you scream, it will be bad. No one will hear you here. Be smart. Zephyr starts crying. Please, just let us go. We'll give you money. We'll give you everything. Dominic laughs. We'll get everything anyway. But first we want something else. 1,000 thoughts race through Amaryllis's mind. Things she learned in psychology class, trauma, shock, survival mechanisms. But none of it really prepares you for a moment like this. Another man in the room, Asian. Young. Take them upstairs, he says. Mateo and Dominic grab the sisters by the arms and drag them toward the stairs. They both try to resist, but it's useless. There are 2 rooms upstairs. They take them to separate rooms. Amaryllis hears Zephyr scream. But help. Then a door closes. And silence. They throw Amaryllis into a small, windowless room. There is only a bed inside. Dirty, stained. Mateo stands in front of the door. Don't scream. Don't try to escape. Don't do anything. Just wait. What do you want from us? Amaryllis's voice trembles, but she tries to control herself. The boss will come. He'll tell you. Who is the boss? Mateo doesn't answer. He closes the door. The sound of a lock from outside. Amaryllis stays inside the room. The walls are concrete. There are no windows. The air is stifling. She forces her brain to work. She has to think logically. If she panics, it's over. Her bag is still on her shoulder. She quickly checks it. They took her phone, but her wallet is still there. There's $200 in cash inside. Credit card, ID. And a small pocket knife. The pink pocket knife her mother gave her, saying, just in case. She takes out the knife. Small but sharp, maybe. Maybe she can use it. She hears voices at the door. Male voices. They're speaking Indonesian. Then English. How much do they want? At least 10 for each. 10,000? That's too much. Americans, young, clean. 10,000 is cheap. Amaryllis's stomach churns. What do they mean? $10,000 for what? Then she understands. Human trafficking. They're selling them. Hours pass. Amaryllis sits on the floor, her back against the wall, clutching the knife tightly in her hand. She no longer hears Zephyr's voice. The silence is more frightening. Around midnight, the door opens. Mateo enters. He has a bottle of water and some bread in his hand. Eat, he says, placing it on the floor. Amaryllis isn't moving. You'll be hungry. Eat. Tomorrow will be a long day. Where's my sister? Next door. She's fine. For now. What do you mean, for now? Mateo crouches down. He looks at her. Understand this. You're lucky. The boss isn't here yet. No one will touch you until he does. But when the boss arrives, whatever he wants will happen. Do you understand? Who is this boss? You don't need to know his name. Just know that he's very powerful, very rich, and very dangerous. We called the police before we disappeared, says Amaryllis. It's a lie. But maybe it will help. Mateo laughs. No, you didn't. We checked your phone. The last message was yesterday. And that message never went anywhere. There was no signal. Amaryllis's hope fades. Be smart, says Mateo. The boss might treat you well. Maybe he'll sell you to a special customer. Maybe he'll keep you somewhere, use you, then let you go. Maybe he'll kill you. The boss decides according to his mood. But if you resist, if you cause trouble, he'll definitely kill you. Both you and my sister. He closes the door and leaves. Amaryllis doesn't cry. If she cries, she loses. She has to think. She has to find a solution. She examines the room. The walls are solid. The door is metal. The lock is on the outside. There's a small ventilation hole in the ceiling, but it's so small that even a mouse couldn't get through. The bed frame is metal. Maybe she can remove a leg and use it as a weapon. She starts pulling. Quietly. Slowly. The metal creaks but loosens. Half an hour later, he manages to remove one leg. It's about 50 centimeters long, a thick metal pipe. Now he has a plan. He has two weapons, a pocket knife and a metal pipe. But is that enough? He doesn't know. He doesn't sleep at all that night. He waits for morning. He stays awake. He keeps his mind sharp because he wants to survive, and he wants to save his sister. Mother notices, 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., Chicago. The morning of December 27th, Rochelle Thompson looks at her phone. She hasn't heard from her daughters in 24 hours. They usually text her every morning. Every night they write, "Good night, Mom." But yesterday, nothing. This morning, nothing either. At first, she isn't worried. Maybe they're having fun. Maybe their phones are dead. Maybe they just forgot. But a mother knows. A mother feels. In the afternoon, she calls Zephyr. The phone doesn't ring. It's off. She calls Amaryllis. It's off too. She texts on WhatsApp. The messages show one tick. Delivered but not seen. She checks Instagram. Zephyr's last post was on the evening of December 26th. Night out in Bali. She looks at the comments. Her friends have asked, "Where are you? Are you having fun?" But Zephyr hasn't replied. This is strange. Zephyr always replies to comments. Rochelle tries to call the villa. Wei-An's number is listed on Airbnb. She calls. Wei-An answers. "Hello. Hi, this is Rochelle Thompson. My daughters are staying at your villa. Zephyr and Amaryllis." "Ah yes, the Thompson sisters. Are they okay?" "I don't know. I haven't been able to reach them since last night." "Are they there?" "Hold on, let me check." Sounds. A door opens. "No, they're not here. Maybe they're out. Are there things there?" "Yes, their things are here. Suitcases, clothes, everything." "Do you know where they went yesterday?" "I don't know. Maybe they went to the beach. Maybe another tour." Rochelle's heart is pounding. "If you reach them, please let me know right away. I'm very worried." Okay. If I see them, I'll call you right away." But Wei-An won't call, because Wei-An knows that Rochelle waits 2 hours. Then she calls the American embassy. She gets connected to the consular section. She explains the situation. The clerk is polite but routine. "Ms. Thompson, it's too early. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. Tourists often lose their phones, run out of battery, get caught up in the fun, and forget. But my girls aren't like that. They call me every day. I understand your concern. But first you need to contact the Bali police. A missing person report must be filed. Then we can help. I don't speak Indonesian. How will I reach the police? I'll give you a number. There are officers who speak English." Rochelle calls that number. But no one speaks English. The call is transferred from one place to another. No one can help. A helpless, lonely, frightened mother. And miles away, her daughters are being held captive in an unknown place. Now I want to ask you a real question. What would you do in such a situation? If your daughters, your sisters, your loved ones were lost in a foreign country and no one was helping you, what would you do? December 27th, afternoon. Amaryllis has hidden the metal pipe under the bed and put the knife in her jeans pocket. Her ear is at the door. She's listening to every sound. There's movement outside. The sound of a car. The door opens and closes. The sounds get louder. Someone has come. Heavy footsteps. Climbing the stairs. He stops in the hallway. He hears a voice. Deep, authoritative, accentless English. "Show them." The door opens. Mateo enters, followed by another man, fair-skinned, around 60 years old. Gray hair, neatly dressed. Expensive clothes. Wearing a white linen shirt, beige pants. A gold watch on his wrist. A ring on his finger. No emotion on his face. A cold, calculating gaze. He looks down at Amaryllis, assessing her, like choosing merchandise. "Get up," he says. Amaryllis doesn't get up. I said get up. She still doesn't move. The man approaches in one swift motion and pulls her by the hair. Amaryllis screams in pain, standing up. The man turns her around. He looks at her arms, her neck. He looks very closely at her face. His breath smells of cigarettes and whiskey. "Healthy," he says to himself. "Good, no marks, young, high market value." Amaryllis asks, trembling. Who are you?" The man smiles. For the first time. But this smile is inhuman. Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is who you are. And you are very valuable to me. Leave us. Our family will pay. Whatever you want. What do I want? The man pretends to think. I want many things. But can your family afford them? Whatever you want, double quotes, my girl, says the man, approaching. The market price for someone like you is $60,000. Does your family have that kind of money? Amaryllis freezes. $60,000. More money than her mother could ever earn in her lifetime. Don't you see? Says the man. You've already been sold. Buyers are waiting. In Thailand. In Cambodia. Some in Dubai. We've already marketed you. We are human beings. You can't buy people. The man laughs cruelly. Hundreds of thousands of people are sold every year, girl. You'll just be one more number. And time's up. He walks out. He calls to Mateo, show me the other one. They go into the next room. Amaryllis sees Zephyr through the crack in the door. Her sister is curled up in the corner, crying. Her eyes are swollen. Her clothes are torn. What did they do to her? The boss looks at Zephyr the same way. Then he turns to Dominic. The two of them together are more valuable. It's clear they're sisters. Some customers like that. Sell them together. How much do you want? Dominic asks. $110,000 for both. Have the money ready by tomorrow evening. Then shipment. Deal. The boss goes down the stairs. The sound of a car. He leaves. Mateo closes Amaryllis' door. But this time he doesn't lock it. He just pulls it shut. A mistake? Or intentional? Amaryllis waits. Her ear pressed against the door. Until the sounds downstairs stop. Then she slowly opens the door. The hallway is dark. There's a light at the top of the stairs. There's a sound coming from downstairs, but it's distant. Maybe from the kitchen. The door to the next room is also ajar. Amaryllis goes out, barefoot, silently, her heartbeat in her ears. She enters Zephyr's room. Her sister is lying on the floor. She's still crying. Zeph, Amaryllis whispers. Zeph, get up. We're getting out of here. Zephyr lifts her head. Her face is bruised. Her lip is split. I can't. I just can't. You can. You have to get up now. She grabs Zephyr by the arms and pulls her up. His sister is heavy, in shock. But she can walk. The two of them are in the hallway. Towards the stairs. But going down the stairs is too risky. There are men downstairs. There must be another way. She sees a window at the end of the hallway. It's small, but maybe they can fit through it. They go to the window. Amaryllis tries to open it. It's locked. Old, rusty. She strains. A voice calls from below. Come up, check it. Time is running out. Amaryllis pulls the knife from her pocket. She forces open the wooden frame around the window. With her nails, with the knife, with everything. The wood gives way. The window opens. She looks outside. 2 stories high. Dirt ground below. And bamboo trees. We have to jump, she says. We'll die. Zephyr whispers. We'll definitely die if we stay. We have a chance if we jump. Footsteps on the stairs. Amaryllis lets herself fall out the window. She grabs the edge, swings, let's go. The fall lasts a second, but feels like forever. She hits the ground. On her back. Her breath catches. Pain wraps around her. But nothing seems broken. She can move. She looks up. Zephyr is standing at the window, crying. She's scared. Zeph, jump, now. I can't. You will. A shout from inside, the window. They're escaping. Zephyr lets go. She falls. Amaryllis gets up and tries to catch her, but can't. Zephyr hits the ground. Her leg twists at a bad angle. He screams, "Get up!" Amaryllis shouts, "Get up or we're done for." Zephyr gets up. He limps but moves. They both start running toward the bamboo forest. Sounds come from behind them. Release the dogs. Barking sounds. Running footsteps. They are deep in the dark forest. Branches scratch their faces. Rocks cut their feet. But they don't stop. Zephyr's foot gives out. He falls. Amaryllis picks him up. They run again. A path appears. A dirt road. Maybe it leads to a village. They follow the path. They run. Their lungs are burning. Lantern lights behind them. Dog barks are getting closer. Then they hear an engine. Ahead of them. A motorcycle. Maybe it can help, maybe. The motorcycle approaches. It stops. The rider takes off his helmet. "Wayan, you ... Why are you here?" Wayan asks in surprise. Amaryllis understands. She understands everything. Wayan is part of this too. "Please ... He begs. "Please let us go." Wayan takes out his phone. He calls someone. "Boss, they escaped. I found them on the road." Amaryllis's world is collapsing. Chicago. The same day, in the afternoon. Rochelle doesn't give up. She starts a campaign on social media. "My daughters are missing in Bali, please help." She shares photos of Zephyr and Amaryllis. Their last known location. The villa details. Everything. Within hours she gets thousands of shares. The news breaks. Chicago local TV interviews her. The news breaks. 2 young women from Chicago go missing on Bali vacation. The U.S. Embassy calls Rochelle again. This time it's more serious. "Ms. Thompson, due to social media pressure, the Indonesian police have taken action. They've sent a special team to Bali. When will they find my girls? We're doing everything we can. But there's something you need to know. Human trafficking is a serious problem in Bali. And if your girls ... double quotes, no." Rochelle screams. "Don't say it. They're alive. We'll find them." But deep down she's scared. She doesn't sleep that night. She prays. She cries. She waits with the phone in her hand. Early in the morning, the phone rings. It's the Indonesian police. There's an interpreter. "Mrs. Thompson, we conducted an operation in an abandoned building in the aimed area. We found your daughter's phones, and ... There are bloodstains." Rochelle's heart stops. "Blood? Where are my girls?" "We haven't found them yet. But we will. I promise you." The police won't be able to keep their promise. Because the boss is very powerful. He's very well connected. And very ruthless. "You're right, I'll fix it." Moving on to the climax section, aiming for about 1,300 to 1,350 words. Climax section. The boss arrives, 9:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. December 27th. Afternoon. Amaryllis has hidden the metal pipe under the bed and put the knife in her jeans pocket. Her ear is at the door. She's listening to every sound. There's movement outside. Car noises. Doors opening and closing. The sounds are getting louder. Someone has arrived. Heavy footsteps. Climbing the stairs. Stopping in the hallway, she hears a voice. Deep, authoritative, accentless English. "Show them." The door opens. Mateo enters, another man behind him, Caucasian, around 60. Gray hair, neatly dressed. Expensive clothes. Wearing a white linen shirt, beige pants. A gold watch on his wrist. A ring on his finger. No emotion on his face. A cold, calculating gaze. He looks down at Amaryllis. Assessing her. Like choosing merchandise. "Get up," he says. Amaryllis doesn't move. I said get up. She still doesn't move. The man approaches in one swift motion and grabs her hair. Amaryllis screams in pain and stands up. The man turns her around. He looks at her arms, her neck. He looks very closely at her face. His breath smells of cigarettes and whiskey. Healthy, he says to himself. Good, no marks, young, high market value. Amaryllis asks, trembling, Who? Who are you? The man smiles. For the first time. But this smile is inhuman. Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is who you are. And you are very valuable to me. Let us go. Our family will pay. Whatever you want. What do I want? The man pretends to think. I want many things. But can your family afford them? Whatever you want. My girl, says the man, approaching her. The market price for someone like you is $60,000. Does your family have that kind of money? Amaryllis freezes. $60,000. More money than her mother could ever earn in her lifetime, don't you see? Says the man. You've already been sold. The buyers are waiting. In Thailand. In Cambodia. Some in Dubai. We've already marketed you. We are human beings. You can't buy people. The man laughs cruelly. Hundreds of thousands of people are sold every year, girl. You'll just be one more number. And time's up. He walks out. He calls to Mateo. Show me the other one. They go into the next room. Amaryllis sees Zephyr through the crack in the door. Her sister is curled up in the corner, crying. Her eyes are swollen. Her clothes are torn. What did they do to her? The boss looks at Zephyr the same way. Then he turns to Dominic. The two of them together are more valuable. It's clear they're sisters. Some customers like that. Market them together. How much do you want? Dominic asks. 110,000 for both. Have the money ready by tomorrow evening. Then shipment. Deal. The boss is going down the stairs. The sound of a car. He's leaving. Mateo closes Amaryllis' door. But this time he doesn't lock it. He just pulls it shut. A mistake? Or intentional? Amaryllis waits. Her ear pressed against the door. Until the sounds below stop. Then she slowly opens the door. The hallway is dark. There's a light at the top of the stairs. There's a sound coming from below, but it's distant. Maybe from the kitchen. The door to the next room is also ajar. Amaryllis goes out, barefoot, silently, her heartbeat in her ears. She enters Zephyr's room. Her sister is lying on the floor, still crying. Zeph, Amaryllis whispers. Zeph, get up. We're getting out of here. Zephyr lifts her head. Her face is bruised. Her lip is split. I can't. I just can't. You can. You have to get up now. She grabs Zephyr by the arms and lifts him up. Her sister is heavy, in shock. But she can walk. The two of them are in the hallway, heading toward the stairs. But going down the stairs is too risky. There are men downstairs. There must be another way. At the end of the corridor, they see a window. It's small, but maybe they can fit through it. They go to the window. Amaryllis tries to open it. It's locked. Old, rusty. She struggles. A voice calls from below. Come up, check it out. Time's up. Amaryllis pulls the knife from her pocket. She forces open the wooden frame around the window. With her nails, with the knife, with everything. The wood gives way. The window opens. She looks outside. 2 stories high. Earthen ground below. And bamboo trees. We have to jump, she says. We'll die. Zephyr whispers. We'll definitely die if we stay. We have a chance if we jump. Footsteps on the stairs. Amaryllis throws herself out the window. She grabs the edge. She swings. She lets go. The fall lasts a second but feels like an eternity. She hits the ground. On her back. Her breath catches. Pain engulfs her. But nothing seems broken. She can move. She looks up. Zephyr is standing at the window, crying, afraid. Zeph, jump. Now, I can't. You will. A shout from inside. The window. They're escaping. Zephyr lets go. He falls. Amaryllis gets up and tries to catch him, but can't. Zephyr hits the ground. His leg twists at a bad angle. He screams, "Get up!" Amaryllis shouts, "Get up or we're done for." Zephyr gets up. He limps but moves. They start running. Toward the bamboo forest. Sounds come from behind them. Release the dogs. Barking sounds. Running footsteps. They're deep in the dark forest. Branches scratch their faces. Rocks cut their feet. But they don't stop. Zephyr's leg gives out. He falls. Amaryllis picks him up. They run again. A path appears. A dirt road. Maybe it leads to a village. They follow the path. They run. Their lungs burn. Behind them, lantern lights. Dog sounds are getting closer. Then they hear an engine sound. Ahead of them. A motorcycle. Maybe it can help. Maybe ... The motorcycle approaches. It stops. The driver takes off his helmet. Wayan ... double quotes you ... Why are you here? Wayan asks in surprise. Amaryllis understands. She understands everything. Wayan is part of it too. Double quotes. Please ... She begs. Please let us go. Wayan takes out his phone. He calls someone. Boss, they escaped. I found them on the road. Amaryllis's world collapses. Mother's War. 25 minutes and 0 seconds to 28 minutes and 30 seconds. Chicago. Same day, afternoon. Rochelle doesn't give up. She starts a campaign on social media. My daughters are missing in Bali. Please help. She shares photos of Zephyr and Amaryllis. Their last known location. The villa details. Everything. Within hours she gets thousands of shares. She hears the news. Chicago local TV interviews her. The news breaks. 2 young women from Chicago missing on Bali vacation. The American embassy calls Rochelle again. This time it's more serious. Miss Thompson, due to social media pressure, the Indonesian police have taken action. They've sent a special team to Bali. When will they find my girls? We're doing everything we can. But there's something you need to know. Human trafficking is a serious problem in Bali. And if your girls ... No. Rochelle shouts. Don't say it. They're alive. We'll find them. But deep down, she's scared. She doesn't sleep that night. She prays. She cries. She waits with the phone in her hand. Early in the morning, the phone rings. It's the Indonesian police. There's an interpreter, Mrs. Thompson. We conducted an operation in an abandoned building in the aimed area. We found your daughter's phones, and ... There are blood stains. Rochelle's heart stops. Blood? Where are my girls? We haven't found them yet. But we will. I promise you. The police won't keep their promise, because the boss is very powerful, very well connected, and very ruthless. Last escape attempt. 28 minutes and 30 seconds to 31 minutes and 45 seconds. Amaryllis and Zephyr are back in that building, but this time it's a different room. Smaller, no windows. Metal door. Only 2 chairs inside. They sit hugging each other. Zephyr's foot is swollen and bruised. Maybe broken. Amaryllis has deep cuts on her arm. I'm sorry, Amma, Zephyr says, crying. If I had listened to you ... Shut up, Amaryllis says. It's not your fault. It's theirs. Those monsters, they're going to kill us, aren't they? I don't know. But I'll fight before I die. I swear I'll fight. At midnight, the door opens. Mateo enters. Alone, he has a bottle of water in his hand. Drink, he says, setting it down. The boss is coming tomorrow morning. He's meeting with the buyers. He said to say goodbye to you. Say goodbye? Asks Amaryllis. What does that mean? Mateo stays silent. Then he whispers, the buyers don't want you alive, just ... Your organs. The end of the world. Mateo closes the door and leaves. The two sisters hug each other. They cry for the first time, truly, Mom ... Zephyr whispers, we won't see Mom again. Amaryllis lifts her head. No, this won't be the end. Zeph, look at me. We won't give up. Understand? We're not giving up. What can we do? Amaryllis thinks. The knife is still in her pocket. They haven't found it. And the metal pipe. Where did it go? She remembers Mateo's eyes. Just a moment ago. When he spoke of the organs, there was something in his voice. Maybe conscience? Maybe regret? Maybe Mateo is the only way out, but how? And in that moment, a plan forms in her head. A crazy plan. But they have no other choice. When the boss arrives tomorrow morning, they'll be ready. What do you think Amaryllis is planning? How can they escape? Share your thoughts in the comments. December 28th morning. The sun is rising, but no light enters that room. Amaryllis didn't sleep at all last night. She went over the plan in her head countless times. Every detail. Every possibility. Their chances are slim, but not zero. Zephyr is burning up. The infection in his foot has spread. His lips are dry, he's shivering. They finish the water bottle, but they're still thirsty. The door opens. Mateo enters. There's a different look on his face today. He looks tired. Maybe he didn't drink last night. His eyes are red. Get up, he says. Get ready. The boss will be here in 10 minutes. Amaryllis stands up. Slowly, controlled. Mateo. What? I'm going to ask you a question. And if you give the right answer, maybe we'll all get out of this room alive. Mateo frowns. What are you talking about? Do you have a family? In Mexico? In Tijuana? Mateo swallows. He doesn't answer. You do, says Amaryllis. I know you do. Because last night at dinner you talked about them. Your mother. Your little brothers. You said you came here for them. You send them money. Will you shut up or ... Do they know what you're like? Do they know you're a kidnapper? Do they know your mother knows you help people kill traffickers? Mateo's face changes. Anger? Shame? It's unclear. You don't understand. I'm trying to survive. No, says Amaryllis. Her voice is firm but calm. You're not surviving. You're living by killing others. And you know what? One day it will happen to you too. Because that's how this business works. Your boss will sell you out one day. Or kill you. Because you're just a commodity to him too. Mateo is silent. His hands tremble slightly. Amaryllis continues. But now there's a chance. For both of us. Get us out of here. Take us to the police. Make a statement. Tell them who your boss is. You'll be protected. You'll be reunited with your family. You'll live a clean life. Are you crazy? Mateo smiles, but it's a hollow smile. The boss is everywhere. He has people in the police too. He'll find me. And he'll kill me. If you stay here, you're already dead. But if you escape, you have at least a small chance. Mateo turns to leave. But he stops. He just stands there in the doorway. My little brother, he says finally. He's 12. He has diabetes. The medicine is expensive. If I don't send money, he'll die. Amaryllis approaches, slowly. That money is blood money. Do you really want to give it to him? Money from dead people? Mateo turns and looks at her. There are tears in his eyes. For the first time, he looks human. Then he takes a key out of his pocket. There's a motorcycle in the back, he says in a whisper. The key is in the ignition. If you go about 2 kilometers south, there's a main road. Someone will pick you up from there. Amaryllis can't believe it. Really? But hurry. The boss will be here in 5 minutes. I'll drop you off, then run. Give me time, okay? Okay, Mateo unlocks the door. He looks down the hallway. Dominic is downstairs. The others are outside. Now, he says that the 3 of them step into the hallway. Amaryllis lifts Zephyr. Her sister is heavy but walking. They reach the stairs. The back stairs. They open into the kitchen. In the kitchen is an elderly Indonesian woman. She's cooking. She freezes when she sees them. Mateo says something to her in Indonesian. The woman shakes her head. She stays silent. They exit through the back door. There really is a motorcycle in the yard. An old rusty Honda. Go, says Mateo. Don't look back. Amaryllis starts the motorcycle. The engine roars to life. She puts Zephyr on the back. She gets on the front. Mateo, she says. Thank you. And I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Amaryllis doesn't answer. She opens the throttle. The motorcycle takes off. Screams rise from behind. Dominic has rushed outside. He pulls out a gun, but it's too late. The motorcycle is already entering the forest. 2 kilometers feels like forever. Zephyr clings tightly to Amaryllis. They're both crying. Fear, joy? Both. The main road appears. Paved road. Cars pass by. Amaryllis parks at the side of the road. She tries to flag down a car. The first 3 cars drive by without stopping. The 4th, a small minivan, stops. Inside is an Indonesian family. The father is in the driver's seat. Help? You need help? Yes, please. Police, hospital. Amaryllis shouts. The father immediately pulls out his phone. He dials 112, the Indonesian emergency number. 15 minutes later, a police car and an ambulance arrive. They take the sisters to the ambulance. They look at Zephyr's leg. They clean the wounds on Amaryllis's arm. The police ask questions. Amaryllis tells them everything. About Mateo, about Dominic, about her boss, about that building. Every detail. The police are communicating by radio at that moment. Teams are being sent to that building, but it's too late. When they arrive at the building, everyone is gone. The building is empty. Only bloodstains remain. And 2 phones, Amaryllis's and Zephyr's, left on the floor. Mateo is gone. Dominic is gone. The boss's identity was never discovered. Rochelle reaches her daughters by phone that day. They're calling from the hospital. Mom! Amaryllis shouts. Rochelle's scream echoes over the phone. My girls! My girls are alive. All 3 are crying. Miles apart. But they feel each other. 2 days later, Rochelle flies to Bali. She sees her daughters in the hospital. The 3 of them hug and cry for hours. On December 30th, they return to Chicago. All 3 together, alive, but changed. Today, in 2025, Amaryllis and Zephyr Thompson are still alive. They live in Chicago. In the same house as their mother. Zephyr can walk but still limps. His foot hasn't fully healed. He's in psychological treatment. He's been diagnosed with PTSD. He can't sleep at night. He has nightmares. Amaryllis graduated with a degree in psychology. She now volunteers at a non-profit organization working with victims of human trafficking. She tells their stories. She raises awareness. Mateo Ochoa was never found. If you search his name online, nothing comes up. He's vanished. Maybe he managed to escape. Maybe he found a boss and killed him. No one knows. Dominic Shaw is on the FBI's international wanted list. But he is also missing. Scattered like dust in the wind, Wayan Sudarma was arrested. He gave a statement. but he gave no information about his boss's identity. Or couldn't. He is now in Carabocan prison. He received a 15-year sentence. The boss? He was never found. Because the system works for him. If you have money, if you have power, justice disappears. In 2019, approximately 50 million people worldwide lived under modern slavery. 40% of them were victims of sex trafficking. 60% were victims of organ trafficking and forced labor. This industry earns criminal organizations $150 billion a year. 3 million people are kidnapped each year and are never found. And the Thompson sisters are just two lucky names. Because millions never came back. Now I want to ask you, how careful are you when you go on vacation? How much do you trust strangers? How quickly can your family find you if something goes wrong? Answer these questions. Because your answers could save lives. Zephyr's Instagram account is still active, but she no longer posts photos. Her last post reads, "Trust is a beautiful thing, but common sense is more beautiful. Be careful. Please be careful. This story is over." But millions of stories continue, and maybe, just maybe, by listening to this story, you can save a life.